Hello, everybody. From finding a job to networking to filling out applications online, it seems like it's become more convoluted today to search for the next job, where you're going to spend your life in the next year or two. But what has really changed is the number of avenues that are available to find a job. So while we have more people in the world, and there's certainly more jobs, there's certainly more people looking for jobs, really the area that's changed is where you find them. Back in the day, 10, 20 years ago, there was really two places that you could go to look for a job. The organization itself or the newspaper. In fact, with newspapers, they used to make hundreds of dollars for each advertisement that they put in the newspaper. So there's really two avenues, two channels that you can go to find a job. That's why most people would find a job in their local town or their local county, even state. But it was very localized and people didn't move as much. Today it's much different, which is what we want to talk about a little here, is what makes it different and how can you profit from what makes it differently. Fundamentally, there's many more areas, entities that you have to look into if you want to look for a job. And this is where networking comes into play. First, we know that 70% of jobs are found through people you know. This does not mean that people give you the job. It means that if you want to find out where the jobs are today, you have to know people. The internet is good, as we know, but less than 10% of the people find a job via the internet. Where they find jobs is they have a network of individuals, of groups that they're aware of and a part of. And they make themselves a part of that community as well. And through that community, they become aware of what jobs are available. And part of that is because some jobs just aren't advertised through the traditional mechanisms of the newspaper. And they're advertised through others in the organization. And so the first thing we need to do in networking is we need to associate ourselves with as many groups as possible. As many entities that you're available with and are aware of, that's what you need to become a part of. And that could include from your industries. If you're in accounting, it would be your CPA organizations. If you're in human resources, of course, it's the Society for Human Resource Management, which is composed of over 300,000 members. The civic organizations like the Kiwanis and the Rotaries, and then also volunteer organizations like St. Jude's. So you need to become a part of as many organizations as possible. That's the first important part of networking. The second important part of networking is you have to master technology. You have to utilize technology. Believe it or not, some of these groups you may not ever meet. There are some organizations that I'm a part of that just meet online. All the information is placed online. Sometimes it's just once every 6 months or a year that you actually have a meeting online. Then it's not mandatory. But still, you have that opportunity. And so you have to understand Facebook, Pinterest, Snapchat. All of these are actually organizations that you can become a part of. There's going to be more in the next year or 5 years. It's going to change from, it used to be MySpace, now it's Facebook. After Facebook, it'll be something else. So you have to master technology. Those are the first two. You have to join as many groups as possible. You have to master the groups, and then you have to master the technology. The third I just want to mention real quickly is once you get in the show, I call it, in other words, once you get an interview, people want to move from technology to people. They want to move from the technology and personal nature of it, and they want to move to, now I want to interview you. I want to become a part of you. I want to connect with you. And the most important part, the third aspect that I'll talk about with networking, which we often don't do, is you got to be nice. You got to be friendly. You got to get past the technology that you use via networking, and then you have to make a connection with people. So never forget the importance of making that connection, and certainly as you move forward in networking. Everybody enjoy the day. We'll talk more about it. Take care.